I think when I was saying yin to the yang, I wanted to talk a little bit more about how you supported Brook through this project with Apple.
Oh, basically, like Brook said, we got an email, but it only said LA something. Like, can you do a Zoom meeting? We know Brook's artwork. We really love it. You know, we see it. Can we do a Zoom? And me, of course, I'm like, is this a scam or what? Like, you know, I was very skeptical, and I'm like, oh, okay. So I answer back. So just to let everybody know, when you think you're talking to Brook on the website, he's getting better about the Instagram. It's really me.
Yeah.
And so just like one of the guys that's in the movie, his name is Andy. Which one was he? Was the Oahu chief in the second one? In the second episode.
His wife gets poisoned, bro.
His wife gets poisoned.
Yeah.
So
Ha'a gets poisoned, yeah.
we met Andy through Instagram because I didn't realize that we got messages. And so he was so excited to talk to Brook, but really he was talking to me. And then he was asking questions, and I was like, okay, by the way, this is Drena, not Brook. I just didn't want to bum you out, okay? And he was like, oh, it's okay, Auntie. And I was like, sorry, I just didn't want you to be sad it wasn't him, but I can't answer your questions, so I'll get Uncle to answer it from now on. So people don't realize sometimes on the website and different things, it's actually me taking care of all that part for him. But as far as like for the movie, yes, I got all the emails, and we had to kind of do some figuring out because all this time it's just been Brook, and we've been a sole proprietor. And it's very easy to run a business like that because he's the only one doing everything, creating. So we figured it out. But for Apple, there was a lot more things hoops I had to jump through to make sure that we were compliant with what they needed and moving our business forward. Because eventually for our business, not only the storytelling with Brook and the artwork, it's also we want to make it generational because my daughter is also, she's just kind of a dormant artist right now, but she has it in her.
Really?
And so eventually when we're no longer around, the art can still live and perpetuate. And that's the thing is we're getting our business ready to perpetuate for the generations to come, not only for our children, but our grandchildren, our great-grandchildren. So I'm setting all that up so that our children will also, our generations will be able to live off or have access to the art. So that's kind of where we're at. So with Apple, it was jumping through a lot of hoops, but doing all the paperwork for Brook. Because Brook, really, he's in a happy place when he's creating.
Yeah.
And so, and it's a real happy place. Things come to him. And so if I can make that easier for him where he doesn't have to worry about the paperwork. And a lot of people always tell me, well, we need a Drena. And so I'm like, well, I'm sorry, this is love.
Yeah.
So I do this for my husband and for our family.
Wow. And it definitely shows in your smile as well. I'm sure you're not like that all the time, right? Just like Brook's not this Brook all the time. There's just the human aspect of things. But, you know, it's really warming to see the union that you two have, because I think everyone desires to have a Drena. You know what I mean? A partner that can support you and pick up where you cannot. And I know that for Brook, I can't imagine him having to do paperwork. That would interrupt his flow, right? And there'd be a lot of blockage.
Yeah.
So very complementary parts you both play. Where do you see the business in 5 years?
Well, I was talking to your brother, but we're trying to navigate the social media world and also being able to, you know, my goal is to have my husband with his paintings tell the story through him. Mm-hmm. And the selfish goal is so that my grandchildren and great-grandchildren can see their papa sharing the stories, because that's what it's supposed to be, not a narrative that somebody else gave it. And that's the selfish part behind it. I want them to see their papa doing it. And so that's kind of where we're at right now, but I'm trying to navigate and figure out how to do that, you know, because like he said, we're kind of getting older. So what is this YouTube thing? How do we do Instagram? How do we do this. And so it's trying to put all the pieces together so that they can, that we can navigate that and help it to perpetuate the artwork and the stories. He's got tons of stories
Yeah.
that have either been handed down or that he has studied, so I'm grateful for that. I am not a storyteller, and like you were saying, that you may not have the cocoa, but there's always interest. And so for me, I have the cocoa, but I was not raised here. I was raised in Phoenix, Arizona. So I'm grateful because that is a legacy we've been able to hand down to our children so that they have the stories, right? And giving them a sense of self. And, for us, it'll always be that our children are our treasures, that they're the ones that make us happy and have joy. And so that generation coming is also what we want to leave something for.
Absolutely. I think that's a goal of all parents, right? And when you said selfish earlier, I also wanted to reiterate that being selfish is not a bad thing.
We were not raised like that.
Well, I mean, there's times where, there's certain types of being selfish, certain situations, but what's the context? That type of selfish, there's honor in that.
Yeah.
So I would say you're doing a great thing. And I feel honor in being able to help with that because your grandkids are going to be able to watch this one day too.
Exactly.
And then see your heart, a different side of Drena and Brook.
Yeah, because I'm usually the guy that doesn't come in front of the camera, which I'm perfectly fine with.
Yeah, but you also have a great personality, and there's something alluring about you, captivating about you, and I think it's a lot to do with your heart, but also your smile.
That's what I saw across the dance floor, bro.
Yeah?
He was like, who the heck is that?
He's like, that's mine.
Yeah, because my other friend wanted to ask her for dance. He was going to wait for the next fast dance. I never let him, bro. Well, slow dance, I never care. I just went. But you're talking about Drena helping me. She's like my Madam Yuso. She helps me. Helps my kind stay open and regular, my thoughts. So thank you, bro.
She helps the flow, the movement. You also speak Japanese.
少しだけ。
Oh, skoshi, just a little bit?
ちょびと。
Nah.
Kenji, try ask her something in Japanese.
チーフ・ウォーについて、ご意見を聞かせてください。どこが好き、どこがちょっと違うなと思いますか？
最初の方はちょっと違う。でも彼は、what is he? The historian? What? 文化祭? And so, yeah. でも本当好き. I like. So he asked me who I liked and things like that. I can relate to the warrior, like Kekupuohi. I definitely can relate to her because my line, my genealogy comes from people like that, like the warrior part. Like
You should see her playing ping pong, bro. Like Luke.
yeah, very competitive. Very. I don't want to lose, but my genealogy and my family history comes from warrior women. But I can also relate to the prophetess because my tutu was also part of that. Like I come from lines of that. So it's interesting in my life. I've sorry, go man. Did you want it in Japanese?
No, it's fine. I just wanted a little demo.
So, with everything that we do, I believe in spirit, and I act upon those things, and I try to keep myself pono so that I feel spirit and I can feel the spirit of people. And I watch our backs doing that way. We've done business with a lot of different people. And at the beginning, when Brook and I were first married, there was a couple times where he was like, hey, what do you think of this person? And I'd be like, maybe not, maybe not being so excited to do business with him but now we're really good. We'll be married 35 years next Monday.
Wow.
And so, but we're actually together for like over 40 because we dated quite a while. But what I also realize is that as people are navigating into our lives, my gifts are better to just sit in the back and watch and also like discern if that is something that a direction we want to go.
Yeah.
And so from the beginning, when we saw you, I met you at the restaurant, like you gave off a good spirit, and I like that, So if I come into something where someone's coming around, and all of a sudden he's uncle. So you know what I'm talking
True.
about.
I do.
Yeah,
I
and
do.
so it's just being able to like see that spiritually, because that's more important to me. Like to look at a person's heart, to look at, hey, what is the spirit they're giving off? Are they pono, or are they coming to take, or are they open to learning? So sometimes people come, but maybe they're not open yet. So I will kind of coach Brook at that. And so a lot of my friends do see that with me.